तो दोस्तों स्वागत है आप सबका रियल एस्टेट गेम चेंजर की सीरीज में। मैं डॉक्टर अमोल मौर्य, रियल एस्टेट कोच, रियल एस्टेट ट्रेनर, रियल एस्टेट एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड ऑथर। स्वागत करता हूं आपका फिर से एक बार। दोस्तों मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि आज मैं आपको मिलाने वाला हूं एक बहुत ही खास पर्सनालिटी से, एक बहुत ही खास शख्सियत आज हमारे साथ है। और ये इतने प्यारे जगह से जहां आपको, मुझे, सबको घूमना भारत में बहुत पसंद है। हाँ दोस्तों, आज हम आपको शिमला, हिमाचल प्रदेश के एक सीईओ, एक सीएमडी से मिलाने वाले हैं। आज मैं आपको मिलाने वाला हूं मिस्टर मानव सिंह जी, सीएमडी, द फाउंडर एंड कंसेप्चुअलाइजर ऑफ ऑरमा वैली।
थैंक यू जी।
He is the founder and conceptualizer of Orma Valley. Under his leadership, Orma Valley has become the #1 development in the Himalaya area. Orma Valley is the largest luxury real estate project in Himachal, covering an area of more than 100 acres. Orma Valley is developed by Imperial Realty and Developments. Mr. Manos Singh is having 25 years plus of experience in starting and scaling businesses. He is the first to create Himachal's first luxury township in Shimla, Himachal. He's also having expertise and pioneer in the business jet and air charter business. His name is synonymous with business aviation, and beside that, he has significant investment and interest in agri-tech e-commerce business. Whatever we know about your group, Imperial Realty and Developments and Orma Valley, is through the internet, through the research.
I want to create high quality living in a rural setting so that people get, peace of mind, etc. But nobody wants to go to a rural setting and be uncomfortable.
Right.
So Orama Valley is a luxury product. It is, although the ticket size is not that big, we start at 1.25 crores. But we screen every single person who comes to Orama Valley. We are probably the only project in India that genuinely screens its people even after they meet us, and we then see that they are fine. They have the value system and experiences and the education that we want our residents to have. So we are really building a community. Orama Valley is in a beautiful setting in Naldera in Shimla. It is not too high, not too low. That's why you can be there 12 months of the year. अगर आप 8-9 हजार फुट पे जाओगे, it's impossible to sit outside except for 2-3 months in the year. रात को आदमी बाहर बैठ नहीं सकता. Here it's a 12 months of the year. It's neither too hot, neither it is. So the altitude is perfect. The temperature is perfect.
Super.
Then as I said, we give very high quality homes. Not only do we give high quality homes, we then maintain homes for people. So एक बड़ी problem थी, अगर किसी का second home है, that person when they come to their house, पहला हफ्ता 10 दिन लग जाता है उसको ठीक करते करते, और by the time वो करते हैं, it's time to go back. In Orama Valley, we maintain your homes. When you come, you call our people. Our people will welcome you to your house as if you never left your house. You come to an operating house, जहाँ पे geysers on है, TV is recharged, your fridge is stocked, your beds are made. There's no painting issue, there's no leaking issue, there's no problem. So we do that. Then what's important in Orama, in anything like this, which is little removed from main cities, facilities. So we said we're going to build great facilities. We have a 20,000 square foot clubhouse. Built at the specification of a 5-star deluxe hotel. It has a swimming pool. We have tennis courts. We have a movie theater. We have a bridge room. We have grocery stores. We have salon, clinics, and so on and so forth. I can carry on. Spa, yoga, the works. So we built a lot of facilities so that our residents don't feel the need to go out. Besides that, what we've done is we've given great service, which I've mentioned to you. We have housekeeping, we have cooks. So, people don't need to get their staff from wherever they're coming and so on and so forth. The cleaning is taken care of, etc., etc. But one of the key aspects which we've taken care of is we have really made a great community. Last year itself, we refused about 47 people to buy into Orama Valley because we just felt, very nice people, nothing against anybody. We just felt that they will not fit into our community. So we refused 47 checks. And we can do that because we are a debt-free project. We don't owe anybody any money. So we have that luxury. But we refuse because we are long-term players. So we built. So I believe that our community has North India's finest of the finest people living with us. They're the top CXOs, top lawyers, top industrialists, top doctors, lawyers, So the top people of North India, the real creme de la creme of North India, I believe, is living in Orama Valley, and that's by design.
Superb, superb, superb.
Amol, one more thing I would like to say is I believe that Himachal is one of the greatest states of India.
Right.
Environmentally, it is one of the nicest places to live in. Beauty wise, it is. बस सबसे बड़ी चीज है हिमाचल के लोग. हिमाचल के लोग बहुत ईमानदार लोग हैं, बहुत शरीफ लोग हैं, बहुत सॉफ्ट स्पोकन लोग हैं. हम नहीं चाहते कि हम लोग वहां पर आके एक डिफरेंट एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट करें, क्योंकि उनकी जो इंटेग्रिटी है, उनका जो चाल चलन है, इतना नरम है. हम भी चाहते हैं कि जो हम लोग लाएं वैसे ही नरम लोग हम लाएं. So actually, I've not done it only for myself. I've done it because I am a foreigner in their land, in Himachal, and we are all other people coming as foreigners. My first thing is to respect the environment, and second is to respect the people of Himachal. So we want to bring like-minded people out there. So that was the other reason. But real estate, me, the person I admire the most, I'm sure there are other many good people, but I don't know them. But the person who I admire the most, and I try to emulate him in a small way in the real estate piece, is Shri Rajiv Singh ji of DLF. I don't think that I know anybody who has the grand vision that he has, and the guts to implement on that vision. The quality that he brings to the real estate business, the scale of the real estate business is something at least I have not seen in North India. I'm not very well versed in the markets in the South. So I think he's somebody I would like to be like one day.
Superb, superb. Thank you so much. And he is such an inspiration for the entire real estate industry. Now we'll move forward. What is the leadership strategy? Since last so many years you are involved in such a wonderful project. What is the entire leadership strategy? How you are doing this? कैसे आप इस सब को manage कर रहे हैं?
Yeah, I am very hands off in a lot of ways. The key thing is that you have to have great people working for you.
Right.
So I have a very strong HR department. I do every day between 1 and 4 interviews a day. Even after this meeting, I have interviews before this meeting.
Okay.
I don't allow anybody to enter my company unless I meet them personally. And it could be somebody with a 30,000-40,000 rupees salary also. We have to make sure we are the finest people with us. And whatever process we need to follow to do that, we got to do that process. Once those people come in, they have to completely align with your vision. They have to align with your ambition. They have to align with your values at a macro level. Then at a micro level, they have to align with what they need to deliver.
Right.
Once that is done, then it is my job as the chairman of the company to make sure that our environment in the company then allows these people to prosper. We have to allow them to be successful.
Yes.
And I do that by creating that environment first, and then I trust them 100%. Okay. Then I trust them and I ask them and I implore to them to take decisions. And I tell them out of 10 decisions, 8 are right, 2 are wrong, I have no problem. I make the same mistakes as long as the decision doesn't break our back. Okay. So I trust my people completely. Then I have a monthly review system. It just takes 5 minutes. Okay. So every month, every department head sits with his people and shows them a mirror. कि आप सोच रहे हो कि आपने ये काम किया है, मैं सोच रहा हूँ आपने ये किया है. उसमें जो mismatch है, and it's not policing, it is supporting.
Right.
If there's a mismatch between the department head's expectation versus the deliverable of the reportee, that gets aligned at the end of the month. And उसको बड़े आराम से भी प्यार से भी tell them कि बेटा ये expectation थी, आपने ये deliver किया है. Why couldn't you deliver? Can I do something better to help you? Am I failing you somewhere? And then we help those people deliver through the HR department. So we trust people to deliver.
Super. Thank you so much for that. आप अपनी personal life में क्या success ritual या morning ritual follow करते हैं for keeping yourself fit, active and productive throughout the day? थोड़ा वो share कीजिए हमारी audience.
You know, I am not the world's most disciplined person, and I really want to be. And that is one area where I think I need to improve significantly. I think the biggest thing is I'm very passionate. तो जब आप किसी चीज के बारे में passionate हैं, तो वो discipline अपने आप ही आ जाता है. Because you want it far more than anybody else wants it. But I think from what I've seen from highly successful leaders, I'm also trying very hard to emulate them. Is any business leader needs to have very clear, single pointed agenda. And that has to come from focus. Focus, focus, focus. Once you're focused, everything else falls into place. Now, with focus, what you have to do is first take out all the clutter out of your life. Every small thing which disturbs you, you got to take it out of your life. And identify that this is wasting my time and this is not. Second, I think fitness and meditation are things that completely declutter your mind and they help you focus. It's very important. And I think it is very important for any business leader also to have some vocation, some koi hobby honi chahiye. Because as a leader, my job is creativity, my job is innovation in every field. My job is not to go and shovel the ground out there. Until I don't have a calm mind, I cannot have creativity. In fact, what people don't realize, हमारे को 20 साल हो गए in India, 30 साल हो गए, India's been on a very fast journey. Boredom is also very good at a leadership level.
Right.
It's important to get bored. हम लोग कहते हैं we pack up every minute of our day. No. At the top leadership level, get bored because boredom will bring in new ideas into your mind.
Superb. Thank you so much for telling that. चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे सर. आपने सबसे पहले तो ये पूछना चाहूंगा कितना फुल टाइम स्टाफ आज आपके लिए काम कर रहा है इस पूरे प्रोजेक्ट में और कितने वेंडर्स आपको सप्लाई करते हैं, कितने लेबर्स ने काम किया, थोड़ा एक आंकड़ा बताइए फिर हम थोड़ा और बात करें.
I think in this project we have over about 450 people working. As a group we have many more, but in this project कोई 450 आदमी हमारे यहाँ काम कर रहा है. I don't know the number of vendors because I am not the CEO of the project. That's a day-to-day thing. But we only work with vendors who are top quality. We don't mind paying 5% extra, but we work with super brands. If nothing is a super brand, I don't let it enter my project because that's the commitment that I'm giving to my resident.
अब सर इतनी बड़ी टीम को हैंडल करने के लिए आप उन्हें कैसे इंस्पायर करते हैं, कैसे मोटिवेट करते हैं, अपनी टीम को कैसे इंस्पायर करते हैं, थोड़ा वो बताइए.
जी, I think there is no bigger inspiration than love and affection.
Right.
Once you, first of all, your hiring process has to be right.
Right.
If you bring in the right people in the company, I have to work less. My CEO has to work less. My department heads have to work less. Bring in a wrong person in the company, they will have to work much more, and those people spread that negativity in the rest of the company because everybody's dependent on each other. Once you get the right people in the company, you give them the right environment, then there's nothing greater than really love and affection and sensitivity to their issues, their problems. You got to genuinely treat them like a family person. Right. And most importantly, you got to respect everybody. I like to even call somebody who sweeps my office floor as, G. I don't like to say, in fact, there are times in my project, in front of me, a buyer has come with a check, having the final meeting with me, just a courtesy meeting. And they are rude to one of my staff, to my waiter who's serving me at our clubhouse. And they उससे बदतमीजी से बातें करते हैं, rudely बातें करते हैं. In 5 minutes, shut the meeting. I don't want to sell to them.
Superb.
Unless I don't respect my own people, my people won't even respect me or themselves. So I think create an environment of affection, create an environment of fairness, create an environment of equality, create an environment of performance, and most of all, create an environment of respect.
Super. Thank you so much for such a wonderful input. I think this is one of the best answers we have got in the entire 50 interview series related with how you inspire your team, and thank you so much for sharing that, sir. So now we move to our next question. This is a question which is related with your reading or something. क्या आप कोई ऐसी बुक शेयर करना चाहेंगे हमारी ऑडियंस के साथ जो आपको बहुत अच्छी लगती हो, आपने पढ़ के ऐसा लगता हो इससे बहुत कुछ सीखने मिला, अदर देन द फॉर्मल एजुकेशन बुक? ऐसी कोई बुक आपके लाइफ में जो in your journey you felt that one of the best book you have read?
I have to be honest with you. I am not a great reader.
Okay.
And so I have to give you an honest answer. I've read several books. I don't think I've read more than 30, 40 books in my life, and which is very bad. I wish I had read significantly more books and I'm reading them now. I've started reading books as of the last 6-7 months because if the greatest leaders in the world like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are reading 3-4 books or 5 books a month, then if they have time, why don't I have time? So to your audience, I would like to say that I don't read books. It's a huge weakness I have. And I think if I had read books, I would have been a far better businessman, far better person. And I'm going to read books, so you must start reading books.
Yes, but Real Estate Game Changer is the one book you'll definitely read because it will cover your interview.
No, as I mentioned to you before, I will learn so much from the other 49 people that you have.
Yes.
No, they'll be my mentor.
Interview. Yes, definitely. So we'll move forward. One story of your life or real incident that had happened in your life anytime, कभी भी आपके साथ घटित हुआ और आपको ऐसा लगता है उससे बहुत कुछ सीखने मिला, मतलब इतने बड़े जगह पे जाकर आपने लैंड एक्विजिशन किया है, कितने क्लाइंट्स को रिजेक्ट किया, तो कोई तो एक ऐसा इंसिडेंट होगा जिसने आपको बहुत इम्पैक्ट किया हो या उसके पहले का भी कुछ हो सकता है, अगर आप वो शेयर करना चाहें हमारे ऑडियंस के साथ.
Amol, I have been impacted. We are all people of our circumstances.
Right.
And small circumstances, incidents, events are what really shape us.
Right.
I have, and like any human being, I'm a person of my circumstances, my events, my incidents of my life, and that's why I can't really pinpoint one but I think one quality I have is I learn very fast. I don't mind failure at all. I love failure, but I don't let myself fail the second time in that thing. So
Right.
I think the big turning point in my life was when I was a child. I did come from a pretty affluent family, and but at the age of 18, 19, my father and his brother, I think they run through all the family money and almost taken us to bankruptcy. And from this child who had everything, I went to a child who almost had nothing. I went to America to study, and suddenly I thought I'll have money. I had no money. I was then sweeping floors. I was working in McDonald's. I was cleaning cars. And I think that was the biggest turning point of my life. When I realized कि यार अब तो सब कुछ अपने आप ही करना पड़ेगा. अगर आप अब जिंदगी बनानी है तो अपने आप ही बनानी पड़ेगी. So that insecurity, that fear, that passion came to me when I was maybe in 18, 19 years old. And it really comes from insecurity. So I think that was the biggest turning point of my life.
Super. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Such an inspirational incident that had happened और कैसे आपने वहां से बाउंस बैक करके ये प्रोजेक्ट खड़ा किया. It is really an inspiration for all of us, all of our audience. सर आगे बढ़ेंगे, बात करेंगे आप कुछ कोर रियल एस्टेट डिपार्टमेंट्स की. आपके हिसाब से मार्केटिंग क्या रोल प्ले करता है और आप ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स में मार्केटिंग कैसे करते हैं, मतलब क्या जरूरत भी पड़ती है नहीं पड़ती, थोड़ा वो हमें समझाइए.
So I believe, large companies like now maybe Tata or Godrej or DLF, उनको marketing करने की जरूरत नहीं है because they've got such a good brand name. They've delivered. People who are getting into real estate, I think before you start marketing, you have to first show on the ground you have a great product. Because marketing करने का कोई फायदा नहीं अगर वो आदमी आके देखेगा आपका product ही बेकार है. You're going to put good money after bad money. So marketing, of course, is important. But get your product right first, get your delivery right first, then do big marketing because you're confident of your product. So marketing is of course important. You have to tell the world to come and see you, but not at the cost of your product.
Thank you so much for sharing that. कि रियल एस्टेट में मार्केटिंग वो है जब आपके पास एक अच्छा प्रोडक्ट हो दिखाने के लिए और फिर आप मार्केटिंग करें, तो जब कुछ भी नहीं है तो आप मार्केटिंग करके दिखाएंगे क्या. बहुत बड़ा मैसेज आपने दिया सर इस आंसर से. नेक्स्ट मैं बात करूंगा सेल्स की. एक बैकबोन माना जाता है हर इंडस्ट्री का, रियल एस्टेट में तो सेल्स का इम्पैक्ट बहुत ज्यादा होता है. आपका सेल्स का मॉडल कैसे है, ऐसे जगह पर आपका सेलिंग कैसे होता है, क्या आपके एम्प्लॉइज सेल करते हैं या कुछ चैनल पार्टनर के साथ आपका टाई अप है जो आपके लिए सेल करते हैं, या फिर एक हाइब्रिड मॉडल है एम्प्लॉय प्लस चैनल पार्टनर, सेल्स कैसे होता है?
So we have a hybrid model, although हमारी internal sales is about 80-90% and only 10% is our channel partners. और इसका कारण ये है because we are an invitation property. So my people who are in our sales and marketing department very well know, they are very aligned to who we want. The broker is not aligned to. Broker just want to send anybody to us and that's it, which wastes a lot of our time. Having said that, we've aligned with a few brokers who are aligned with our thought process. You can't ignore the people who are in the broking community. Some of them are very good. Some of them have a very good clientele. Some of them have clientele who trust them with everything.
Right.
And at the same time, you got to have yours. क्योंकि एक दिन किसी broker ने आपको जी boycott कर दिया, फिर क्या करोगे? So I think there has to be a combination of both. We can't do it completely on our own, and we can't completely outsource it to the agents.
Right. Okay. Super. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now we'll move toward the next department. Operations एक बहुत important चीज होती है जब आप ऐसी जगह पे स्पेशली काम कर रहे होते हैं. तो operations को आप कैसे मैनेज करते हैं? मैन्युअली होता है, कोई सॉफ्टवेयर से होता है, और कैसे इतनी सारी चीजों पे कंट्रोल रख पाते हैं? और थोड़ा ये भी बताइए कि कितने एग्जैक्ट उसके अंदर प्रोजेक्ट, मतलब ये टोटल एरिया में कितने विलास या कितने सेकंड होम्स आप डेवलप कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा वो सब भी बताइए.
So in this project, we are making 500 homes with expansion of another 600 more.
Okay.
So there'll be total 1,000 homes plus the other projects in the pipeline.
Okay.
I am a very, very big believer in technology.
Okay.
Because technology makes me efficient. Technology reduces the manpower. Technology gives me transparency, transparent communication, and accurate information.
Right.
Wherever I can put transfer technology, I do. Be it in our sales force, anybody who calls us, everything of those, how many of people have called us is recorded, documented, comes in reports. Be it our the construction process, everything is documented. So now don't ask me the name of the software because I don't know.
No.
That's at the operational level. But all our timelines, everything is punched into softwares, and everybody knows what to do in the morning. Be it your purchases, we must be having 500 line items. All the line items are there on the software with the user departments. User departments punch in what they need. Purchase orders are cut automatically. So I'm a huge believer in technology, and we try and use it in every single aspect of all our businesses, in fact.
Super. Thank you so much for that. Now we'll move towards the next department. We'll talk about management. What kind of role management play in a real estate business, and what are the actual core responsibilities of management, and how you are handling management? Please tell us that.
You know, I've answered that question in part in the past. The management is, I think, critical. You know, everything has to be top down. Everybody looks at their leader, right? The people who report to me look at me, look at my style of operating, look at my discipline, look at my focus, look at my passion, look at my honesty, my integrity, right? Similarly, the people who report to that layer look for the passion, the integrity, the honesty, the fairness, the sincerity of that person. So management at every level is absolutely critical, and you have to stand by those values of a leader that define leadership, you know, which we discussed in the past. So management is absolutely critical. Management drives everybody right to the last man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. हिमाचल में, शिमला में काम करने के रियल एस्टेट के एडवांटेजेस क्या है? इस मार्केट की क्या खासियत, थोड़ा वो बताइए.
Actually, it's a very difficult market because you see, आपकी 2 महीने हमारी बारिश होती है, and it's a lot of rainfall. रेनफॉल अगर कहीं प्लेन में हो जाए तो कोई इशू नहीं है, यू नो. माउंटेन में होती है, आपने जमीन थोड़ी खोदी, वो लैंडस्लाइड हो गया, देन यू कांट कंस्ट्रक्ट बिकॉज यू कांट कॉम्प्रोमाइज योर लेबर. फिर 2 महीने आपकी इतनी ठंड पड़ती है, 2.5 महीने पड़ती है, वो आदमी काम नहीं कर सकता. तो यू आर एक्चुअली वर्किंग एट 50% efficiency in those 3-4 months, 4 to 4 months. बाकी आप काम कर रहे हो 7-8 महीने. So that is the challenge. Then of course, everything comes from other parts of India. Delhi, or you know, like our steel comes from Chhattisgarh. So transportation, uska coordination, uski stocking. So it is the reason where developers have not been able to be successful in Himachal is because it is significantly easier to construct in the plains than to construct in any part of any mountain.
Yes.
So, but luckily for us, you know, we're Himachali. I love being in Himachal. I stay in Shimla, so it becomes easy. But if I lived in Bombay or Goa or Delhi and was doing business in Himachal, it would have become much more difficult.
Yes, that was the key point what you have told. If you really want to become a very good brand or a builder in a particular area, you have to know the local market, you have to know the local things. And this is the wonderful thing what you told, that you can only utilize 70% of the entire year, 30 to 40% time goes in 50% of product giving productivity. Now we'll move forward and we'll talk about the entire India. What are the opportunities in the real estate sector in the upcoming years, and what are the challenges you see?
I think there are massive opportunities. And because you have a country of 130 crore people, and those people all moving up the value chain. The person who has no house will buy his first one-bedroom house. The person who has a one-bedroom house aspires to buy two. The person who has a mid-income house wants to buy higher. Higher wants to buy even higher. This chain will keep moving up. You know, as human beings, we are never satisfied with life. We always want more. That's the whole desire and the consumption story. Now, to satisfy 130 crore people, I think it'll take us 100 years before we house the entire country and everybody's satisfied. So I think there is a huge opportunity, but it is now for people who have the qualities and the commitment like we discussed before. And I think RERA has ensured that only good developers come, people are accountable, otherwise you go to jail. In the good old days, anybody could come, give commitment, pick the money, and the case goes for 20 years. So I think RERA is one of the best things that has happened to real estate developers in this country, and also to the consumer. I think the story is absolutely great, but for people who are going to work hard, work with integrity and honesty.
Super. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now we'll move towards, what is your vision for the next 5 years, 10 years down the line with this wonderful project and your group?
Well, our vision is, we are at the moment very comfortable with what we are doing. We want to be a big fish in a small pond. I am Himachali. I am very committed to Himachal individually, and I want Himachal income to increase. I want good people to come to Himachal and keep it that way. Of course, I'm also from Punjab, and I want to, do a lot of good work for Punjab if I get the opportunity. And I think here's where the opportunity is. So we are a big fish in the small pond, rather than jumping into Delhi NCR, where there are all kinds of very, very competent developers, and we'll be a new player. I'm very keen to further strengthen our position and expand our position in our region.
Super. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for showing that clear vision to all the entrepreneurs. देखिए, आपको बहुत क्लियर पता होना चाहिए कि आप कब, कहाँ, कैसे काम करना चाहते हैं. इसका बेहतरीन एग्जांपल इस आंसर से आपको देखने मिला. चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे. रियल एस्टेट में एक सक्सेस मंत्र अगर आने वाले फ्यूचर एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को रियल एस्टेट जर्नी शुरू करनी हो, तो आपको क्या लगता है सक्सेस मंत्र में किन किन चीजों को ध्यान रखना चाहिए? ये 3, 4, 5 पॉइंट्स है जिस पे ध्यान रखकर एक एंटरप्रेन्योर ग्रो कर सकता है. थोड़ा वो बताइए.
Again, back to the same answer. You, as an entrepreneur, you have to have integrity. अगर आपकी नीयत ठीक है, a lot of things fall into place. Then you got to have the passion, the discipline, all the stuff you spoke about. You got to give no matter what level, you got to give a high quality product at that level. So if you're doing low income, it should be the highest quality of low income. Mid income, high income, highest quality of that segment. Then you have to deliver on time. अगर 10-15 दिन 20 दिन delay हो जाए, महीना delay हो जाए, not a big deal. You can't delay a project for a year or two, and the other, the consumer suffers. I think that's critical. Plus, I think it's very, very critical, not only for real estate business, but any business, to keep a very close eye on your cost. If it does not make sense, it does not make sense. You can't end up buying land worth X amount of price, and you'll never be able to get anything out of it. Or your building cost, can't just skyrocket. So I think any businessman must keep a very close eye on his costs.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for telling that. Now we'll talk about one department which we feel that now real estate sector requires a lot. We are talking about training and development. आपको क्या लगता है कि ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट इस डिपार्टमेंट का कितना रियल एस्टेट में रिक्वायरमेंट है? क्योंकि पिछले 15 साल से मैं ट्रेनिंग कोचिंग इंडस्ट्री से हूँ. वी यूज्ड टू ट्रेन कॉर्पोरेट्स, 100 कॉर्पोरेट्स आई हैव ट्रेन्ड. दैट 2018 के बाद जब मुझे पीएचडी अवार्ड हुआ, तो मैंने सिर्फ रियल एस्टेट बिल्डर, डेवलपर्स, मार्केटिंग एजेंसी के ओनर, फार्म हाउस डेवलपर, सेकंड होम डेवलपर, इनके साथ कोचिंग एंड ट्रेनिंग शुरू की. एंड वी गॉट ट्रेमेंडस रिजल्ट. मतलब जो 2, 4, 5 करोड़ का टर्नओवर करते थे, वो 50 करोड़ का टर्नओवर करने लगे. लेकिन आपके हिसाब से ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट का क्या रोल है रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री की ग्रोथ में, या आगे क्या फ्यूचर है, थोड़ा वो हमें शेयर कीजिए.
I think training and development has a massive scope in any industry. Why only real estate? Just yesterday, I was in one of our e-commerce businesses. We brought the entire company together into Delhi. and they are doing a training course in sales.
Right.
So, and similarly, I want to have it for our real estate business, because sometimes होता क्या है, आदमी को कोई खराब आदत लग जाती है of doing
Right.
in a way of doing business. Although he knows the right thing to do, but वो आदत में पड़ जाता है. It's very
बिल्कुल.
important to come back and get centered again. And
Right.
that centering happens only if there's a structure. And that structure comes from training. I think almost everybody in any company at any level must be trained at least once a year.
Right.
And not only trained in the hard skills, even trained in the soft skills.
Soft skills.
So training is absolutely an imperative part of every single company, and the HR department should drive it.
सुपर, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट। और दोस्तों, जैसा आप सब जानते हैं, रियल एस्टेट गेम चेंजर इस बुक का मिशन ही है कि हम कम से कम 1 लाख रियल एस्टेट एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को अगले 10 साल में ये जो प्रैक्टिकल रियल एस्टेट का नॉलेज अलग 50-50 सीईओ से आ रहा है, उसे मिक्स करके आज मैं आपको ये कॉन्फिडेंटली बोल सकता हूँ कि 1100 साल का एक्सपीरियंस हमारी इस किताब में आपको मिलने वाला है। ये रियल एस्टेट गेम चेंजर्स में किसी को 60 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है पूना का, किसी को 55 साल का बैंगलोर का, किसी को 70 साल का, किसी को 30 साल का। ये पूरा एक्सपीरियंस कंबाइन करके 1100+ years of real estate experience will get in that one book. And through that book and this experiences and 50 जो पहले सीईओज के हमने इंटरव्यू लिए थे फॉर माय पीएचडी, ये सब मिलाकर कुछ 2000 साल के एक्सपीरियंस को हम आप तक लेकर आने वाले रियल एस्टेट गेम चेंजर ट्रेनिंग से और रियल एस्टेट गेम चेंजर इस बुक से। तो सर, एंड में मैं बस ये पूछना चाहूंगा कि मार्केट में एक बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करते हैं आज मार्केटिंग एजेंसीज एंड चैनल पार्टनर्स, इनके लिए आप क्या एडवाइस देना चाहेंगे कि ये प्रोजेक्ट क्या देखकर सेलेक्ट करें, कैसे अपनी जर्नी को प्लान करें, थोड़ा इसके बारे में बताइए।
I think one thing which is common with everybody is time. सबके पास उतना ही time. Don't waste your time on a product or a project you don't believe in. Once you know, a good product sells automatically. A bad product में जान निकल जाती है और तब भी नहीं बिकता वो.
Right.
So whoever's choosing whatever product and they're going to put in their life and their soul and their hard work and their money into it, you must be convinced yourself that when I go to sell this product, my customer is going to benefit. The minute you are 100% convinced, जो आपकी verbiage है, जो आपकी communication है, जो आपकी body language आपके customer में, उस पर ट्रेनिंग की भी जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि आप ही इतने convinced हैं। और जब आप convinced नहीं हो कि वो product और आप लगा रहे हो कि मैं किसी को ऐसे धक्के से बेच रहा हूँ, वो आपकी जो ज़मीर है वो ही नहीं आपको बेचनी देगी।
एकदम सही बात है, बहुत सही बात। थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर प्रीशियस वर्ड, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर सच अ गोल्डन nuggets what you have shared in the entire interview.
Thank you very much, Amol. I really appreciate it. This has been very, very encouraging. I look forward to your book. In fact, that's one of the books I'm going to read page to page, because अगर उस book से मैं 3-4 दिन में if I take to read the book even a week, अगर मुझे एक भी अच्छा आइडिया मिल जाए, एक भी मिल जाए, and I can implement that in my life or in my business, it's time well spent. So thank you very much, and I look forward to the book. Thank you, very much for your initiative.
Thank you so much. Thank you.